Hello, welcome to Snails and Fairy Dust. Today I want to show you how to make these hoop earrings, beaded hoop earrings. They're really pretty and it's a super fast project, so you'll be able to make tons and fill up your booth for your next craft fair. I'm using a kit from Eureka Crystal Beads. I'll link it below, and it comes with these 5 tubes of beads. They have them in many colorways, but this one is really gorgeous. You have these duos. You have size 11 rounds, and then you also have a size 15 round from Toho. And then you have these gorgeous crescent beads. This one's in a sort of tealy turquoise color. It's delicious to me. And then this beautiful peachy coral color, which I really love as well. The kits come with a project that they have designed, so you can make these earrings by scanning the QR code on the back, and then it will take you to a tutorial. But I've come up with my own tutorial today. So you'll be able to find below a link to the kit, and also I have a discount code with them. And then you'll be able to make mine, you'll be able to make theirs, and you can make tons of each. I think it's a really good bargain for what you're getting with this kit for sure. So separately, you're going to need to get 25 millimeter hoops. I am using Fireline beading thread in 6-pound weight. And I'm using a size 12 beading needle. And that's what we need to get started, folks. So I just want to point out to you that when you make your second earring, you just want to make sure that the hoop is the opposite direction of the first, so that the part that hooks into the little loop is opposite of the first one you've done. I have made this mistake myself because there is a front and a back to this earring. So the back is where the crescents sort of curve out, and then that would be the front of the earring there. So just avoid the mistakes I have done and make sure on your second earring you take time to check that out. So I'm starting with about 5 feet of my Fireline thread on my needle, and then I'm going to make a knot onto the hoop. You only need to leave like 1 or 2 inch tail here, and we're just going to go over and under and pull tight, and then again over and under and pull tight. And don't worry if your knot is still moving up and down the hoop. That's fine. It will tighten up as we begin to do brick stitch onto the hoop. So to begin our brick stitch, we're going to pick up 2 of the size 11 round beads, slide them down to the hoop, and then we're going to bring our needle from the back of the hoop to the front, like so. And then you're going to come up through that second bead. And then you're going to pull the needle through and give it a little tug so those beads are sitting right next door to each other like that. And now we're ready to add our next bead. Okay, so we're going to pick up 1 more bead, slide it down, and go from the back to the front, and then back through that bead. So from now on, we're just adding 1 bead at a time. And for this first row, we're going to have 14 of these size 11 beads. So here I am picking up another one. Just going to show you this a couple more times. Slide all the way down, come from the back to the front, and then through that bead, and then pull it tightly. When you give it a little tug to the side, it pulls it next to its friend. So pull your string into the direction of the other beads. So we're going to repeat this, as I said, until we have 14 of these beads, and then we will add our next row. Take your time if this is new for you. It shouldn't be too difficult if you just take your time. Don't worry about pausing the video and just, breathing into it. So I'm going to speed this up now, and I will join you back here at the next row. So see you there. Okay, so here I am having finished my 14 beads, And I'm just going to take a look and give it a count. Always double, triple check, because if you mess up at this point and have the wrong number, it will affect your earring later, and you won't realize you've messed up until you get to another part. This has also happened to me. When you're making patterns, this happens. So now that you have your 14 beads, you want to take the time now to make sure that beadwork is centered. So it should be snug, but you could still move it around. So you want to make sure that's centered at the bottom. And then you're going to take that tail, the first tail from where we started, and just weave that in and get rid of it so that it's not in your way. So I've taken the tail and I've threaded my needle onto it, and I'm just going to weave into this beadwork sort of back and forth, and then we will clip that tail and get rid of it. I found when I left the tail, it was just getting in my way. So I think this will make it easier for you if you just get rid of the tail straight away. So just here I am just going around 2 beads a few times to create some tension, and then I'm going to clip that. Okay. And now we could rethread our working side and we'll be ready to get started. So there we go. So the next beads we're going to be working with are the size 15, so the smaller ones. And to begin, I'm going to pick up 3 of those size 15, 1 crescent. Oh, see, I'm double checking to make sure I am working the right direction. See, I wasn't. So don't forget to check that. Oh no, maybe I was, but make sure you're checking that. So pick up your 3 size 15s, then 1 crescent. And then we're going to have 3 size 15s again. And that is for the first bead in this row. It'll be 3, 1, 3. So it looks like that. And then we're going to pick this up and we're going to go underneath the 3rd thread bridge. So for this first set, we're going to go underneath the 3rd thread bridge with our needle like that. And then we're going to come back up through 1 bead. So the first bead there. And then we pull that tight. And you have something that looks like this. And then we're going to add our second little crescent. So this time I'm picking up 2 of the size 15, then another crescent, and then it's going to be 3 size 15. So 2, 1, 3, like that. 2, 1, 3. And I'm going to pull that down. And this time I'm going to go under the 2nd thread bridge. So there's 1, I'm skipping that one, and I'm going through the next one. Underneath that thread bridge. And then I'm going to come back up through 1 of those size 15 beads. Just like that. And then I'm going to do it again. And the next one will be, again, the 2, 1, 3. So 2 size 15s, 1 crescent, and 3 size 15s. Now, I want to point out about these crescents, you want to make sure when you're looking at them that they always have 2 holes, because some of them, I found like 2 or 3 that don't have a second hole, and you don't want to find that out later in your earring making. So always check the holes. Maybe even to get started, you just check the holes. So again, we're going through the 2nd thread bridge. So we skipped 1 and went through the 2nd one, and then we're coming back up through that size 15 bead. Now we have in total, we're going to have 6 of these crescent beads. And we're going to repeat the same process for the next 2, and then the last one will be a bit different. So it's going to be 2, 1, 3 again. And we're going through that 2nd thread bridge again. So we skip 1 thread bridge, come up the next one, back up through the size 15 bead. it is going faster now, so it's not you. You're not slow. I've just sped up the video a bit. So again, we're going 2, 1, 3. And then we go through that second thread bridge. And back up through the size 15. There we go. And then we're going to go 2, 1, 3. And we're just going to finish this in a different way so that we could come down to the second row of our beadwork here. So I've got my 2, 1, 3, and this time I'm going to go underneath that last thread bridge there, pull that tightly, and then I'm going to go up through the second bead from the outside, pull that tightly, and then we're going to go down through that outside bead. Down through the outside bead and through the 3 little size 15s below it. So like that. So pull that tightly. And now we are ready to begin our next row. There we go. So to begin the next row, we're going to pick up 3 size 15 beads. Like that. And this time we're going to come through the bottom hole of that crescent bead. So there's that second hole right there. And we're going to come through there. And now we're ready to add our second row of crescents. So to do that, for the first set, we're going to have 3 size 15s. And then our crescent. I don't like the look of that one, so I put it back. And then so through the crescent, and then it's going to be 1 size 15 next. So we have this look. And I'm working the opposite direction this time, if you notice. So you want to keep your earring facing right side out and work back and forth across. So then I'm coming through the bottom hole of that original row of crescent beads. So through the bottom hole of that teal crescent bead. And then we're going to do it again. This time we're just going to do 1 size 15, then the crescent, and then 1 more size 15. And then we're going to come through the bottom hole of that next crescent bead. And we're going to keep doing this all the way across until we get to the last one, and that will have a different number of beads. So these are all just 1, 1, 1. We're going to do 2 more of those 1, 1, 1. So 1 size 15, 1 crescent, 1 size 15, through the next bead. And again, one size 15, 1 crescent, 1 size 15. I'm going to speed this up. And then when we get to that last one, it's going to be 1 size 15, 1 crescent, and then 2 size 15. 1, 2. There we go. And we're going to come through the bottom hole of that next crescent. And now you have your second row done. And to get back to where we need to be, we're going to add 3 beads, 3 size 15s to make it match the other side. Like that. And then come up through those outside ones, outside size 15s. like so. And then we're going to come down through the second bead from the outside, and then up through the third bead from the outside of that original row of brick stitch. And then down one more time. There we go. And now we're going to work our needle through the size 15s. So come through that first one. We're basically just working our way back down. So we're coming through that one and then down through the other two. And then we want to go through that hole, the top hole on the crescent bead, and then down through the outside size 15s. This is just a workaround to get us down to our third row, which is actually our final row. Very exciting. So we're going to go through the bottom row, bottom hole of that teal crescent bead. And now we're ready to add our next row. So for this one, we're going to pick up 3 size 15s, and then we're going to come straight through the bottom hole of that peach, corally peach crescent bead, like that. And then in between these pink crescent beads, we're going to be adding our duos. So we're picking up 2 size 15s, 1 duo, and then 2 size 15s. Come through that row. And the duos have a front and a back, so make sure you are using it in the right direction. So 2 size 15s, actually this one's 1 size 15, 1 duo, 1 size 15. And we're going to do another one like that. So pull that one through. So then again, we have 1 size 15, 1 duo, and 1 size 15. Also with the duos, occasionally there won't be a hole on the bottom part of the duo. So just make sure you go through your beads when you're getting started and make sure you have the right beads that are not missing holes in them. It does occasionally happen. Now we're on the last one. So this one is 2, 1, 2. There we go. And then we're just going to finish this off by adding 3 of those size 15s. And then we're going to come back up through the bottom hole of that teal crescent. Like so. And that is our finished earring. I'm just checking everything, make sure there's nothing I've messed up that we need to go back and fix, because now we are going to weave in this thread and get rid of it. So I'm coming back up through the outside edge there. Everything looks good. I'm double checking, got to double check, triple check. Everything looks right and everything is in the right direction. And now I'm going to weave in my thread and then clip it. I mean, this is a really fast project with the exception of a couple speed ups. I mean, this video is pretty much in real time. So I would take tops. It's going to take you maybe 15, 20 minutes to make one earring. And you should be able to whip out a lot of these. So I'm just taking my needle and I'm going back and forth through that original section of brick stitch with the size 11 beads. So we're going back and forth. So you're like just weaving up and down, up and down. I'm coming in backtracking to create tension between 2 sets. So when you weave around 2 sets of beads, or 2 beads next door to each other, you get tension. So just go through a few and you're really creating a tension so this isn't going to come undone. So I'm still doing that. I'm going to make sure it's nice and secure. If you feel you really want to, you could put a little glue on your final spot. I personally like to avoid making knots because I think sometimes you could find them and I just don't think they're necessary. So now I took my thread down into a couple beads just to get rid of the tail and hide it. And there we go. I have 2 earrings. These look so cute on. I can't wait to wear them on vacation this summer. I think it's a really fun, fast little project. I love that you could get the whole kit in like all the beads you need in one little section. And it really is good value. I've added up all the beads separately, and you're getting a good deal when you buy it together in this kit like this. And you would definitely be able to make several pairs of earrings from this kit. I'm not sure exactly how many, but I would venture to guess at least 8. So there's plenty of beads there. I mean, maybe even more than 8 now that I'm looking at it. And so if you're reselling them, that's definitely, you're going to make your money back. I feel like they would be cute bridesmaids. If you had like a teal bridesmaid's dress, these would be a really cute accessory for a sort of boho wedding situation. So that's a look at the Beadway boxes from Eureka Crystal Beads. I hope you have enjoyed this. And I have a few more different styles of boxes from them, and I'm going to come up with some more projects. I can't wait to show you. And so I hope you've enjoyed this one. And like I said in the beginning, you could also check out their project as well. I'm going to link everything below, as well as my discount code with the company. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I will see you soon. All right, bye.